Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Backchannel. Today, I want to talk about something that came up as I was advising a founder who was preparing for a fundraise, and he was telling me all the things he had done in the previous week. We do these check-ins to make sure people are on task and they're getting the appropriate things done before going out to fundraise. It's a lot of work. It helps to project manage that stuff. It helps to have someone hold you accountable, kind of like a sales manager does, seeing what they did the last week, what they plan on doing this week. Anyways, so through that process of checking in with a founder, I heard him talk a lot about small little detailed things like building automations, fixing certain pages. I could tell it wasn't the most important thing for him to be working on, given where he was in his company and how far along he was with his fundraising prep. And what I found digging into it is that he has an engineering background. There are things that look like problems that he knows how to solve, problems that he could actually chalk up as a win in his head, things that were fun for him. Now, I think working on your company should give you joy, should give you excitement. But one thing that I want to call out for everyone listening, especially because so many of you are going to be the founders and the CEOs listening to this podcast, that you have a lot on your plate. And especially if you're a builder, maybe a former engineer, there are going to be a lot of things that are tempting to distract you, things that feel productive, but are really taking you away from the most important things on your plate. This is productive procrastination, something that I'm guilty of. So I want to make sure that you all understand what your job is. Like many of you, my last venture-backed startup was a SaaS business. In that company early on, we had the opportunity to sell into a large enterprise, but ran into some walls when they asked us if we were SOC 2 certified. Not only were we not certified, we also found out that it would take our small team a ton of time to get that done, and so we ended up abandoning the deal. If you haven't run into a situation like that where a potential customer or investor is asking if you're SOC 2, HIPAA, GDPR, or ISO 27001 certified, you probably will soon. But unlike me, you could use a company called Vanta to help. Vanta helps automate up to 90% of the compliance work, getting you audit ready in weeks rather than months, and eliminating up to 85% of the costs. Not only that, but Vanta can start small with you and scale up as you grow, helping you land bigger deals and earn customer trust. The best part is, Vanta is offering funded listeners $1,000 off for going to vanta.com/funded. That's vanta.com/funded for $1,000 off your service. Check it out. Make sure you know what the highest leverage things that you could be working on, whether it be for your company or specifically for your fundraise, and list them out there. Understand what is the most important thing for you to get done, because as you start trying to squeeze other tasks on top of it, prioritize things that maybe aren't so important, you'll notice you might be choosing things that are just kind of fun for you. Now, if you are aware that you're choosing things for fun and for distraction and are okay with that productive procrastination, great. I don't think that founders should only do terrible things and stuff that they don't love to do, but you should know when it is distracting you from getting the job done and making real progress in your company. Now, some of you might say, the things that are most important to the company, I'm not actually that good at. Well, if you're not the one to actually do it, you are still going to be the one to make sure that it happens. So it could be finding the person on your team that can help get those things done, or it could be finding someone outside of the team to help support getting that stuff done. When I was running my last company that was venture-backed, I remember I was in charge of bringing in revenue, building the company's sales pipeline. And it turned out that was something that I really hated doing. And I wasn't honest with myself or my team that that was the case. I kept avoiding that conversation and sharing the vulnerability that, gosh, I really stink at this part of the process, or it makes me uncomfortable. I need help. Instead, I would distract myself by working on the website, optimizing the website. Those were things that I knew I could do and do well. And I sort of gravitated towards it because it was easier. So I just want to make sure people don't fall into that trap. It's a trap that a lot of builders will fall into. They'll go do the thing that's easy for them and not the thing that will get them to the answer or the destination quicker. Look out for those things. Make sure you ask for help and try not to fall into the builder's trap. Okay, that was a quick one. Hopefully it'll be helpful for some of you builders out there, and I'll see you next time on the Backchannel.